Okay, guys, here is the astrology reading, which is very late, of course, because we're already in March of 2026. So the astrology reading now is going to be for the year ahead, 2026, and it's for all signs. So as a general point now, we're already into the year of the horse, the fire horse, and we're going to look at each individual sign. Some of the big changes are the that we've already seen is Neptune has left. This is after being in years in Pisces and it's gone into Aries along with Saturn. So that's already happened. And we've already seen the chaos around the world. And we could see that was going to happen in astrology anyway, around the world. But you could also call it distractions, but they're happening anyway. So I'm going to go through sign by sign what is happening now. And as always, we're going to start with Aries. So Aries always being the first sign. And if you are new to astrology, we're going to go from Aries to Pisces, so you don't have to get stuck. Around the wheel, you can go right to the end. Around about the middle will be Leo, so Aries about April time. Okay. So Aries, the first sign. What is going on for you? Well, home life has been active for you, very, very fruitful. And but the problem is now we've got Saturn gone into your first house now, and for the next 2.5 years, and Neptune too. So Neptune might bring with it a bit of fog, but the Saturn will also bring you more responsibilities, and I advise you for the next 2.5 years, Aries, the responsibilities that come to you, including on your physical body, move towards them instead of move away from them. You will do a lot better that way. Now we got up until June, July. I want you to focus on your home life, things like anything to do, family life, home life, because these are good aspects for you. I know some Aries, for example, who've bought property and they're developing it now. So that would be a good thing. So up until June, July, and then I want you to concentrate for the rest of the year after that more on your anything to do with it could be creative self-expression, children, hobbies, um, romance, those kind of things. So that would be an education, of course, right? So all of those are good for you, Aries. And Uranus has changed sign as I speak. So it's gone into your third house of communication, and that's pretty good. So it's pretty compatible with that. You could say Uranus is a little bit like our friend Mercury. So yeah, this would be pretty interesting for you in your communications over the next 7 years, believe it or not. Okay, with Uranus there. Okay, so let's move on to Taurus. Good old Taurus, how are you? Right. So Taurus is the next one we got to look at, and Taurus has had an interesting trip because, like I just mentioned, Uranus has left its sign. So Uranus has been in Taurus for 7 years, and it's finally moved out, and it's moved into your house of income and making money. So maybe do some freelance work, that kind of things. That could bring you more money. Sorry, and be a bit more original in your income. The Taurians. Okay. So for the Taurians, up until now, I want you for this year. your third house has been pretty active now. So communication, that kind of thing, those avenues are pretty prosperous for you. But after about June, July, we're looking at some changes for you. So we want you to look into matters of your home and family. Okay, those will be more fruitful for you. So that's good news for you if you're buying a property, real estate, that kind of thing. Okay. Um, you've had challenges. You're going to have challenges now. Everyone's got challenges in the parts of the different parts of the chart. So for you will be with foreign people, foreign places, that kind of thing. So yeah, and you might have more responsibilities. You know, if I know some Taurus who are work in hospitals, so some of them might have more responsibilities in isolated places like hospitals. It could be some of you working in prisons, that kind of thing, but isolated places in general. So move towards them, and like I said, it could be foreign travel. It turn out to be long distance travel. Okay. Um, I think that's more or less it for Taurus, but you know, it's really good to see that you've learned a lot in the last 7 years with the Uranus being in your sign, and now it's left. It gives you more sense of individuality. And I'll be honest with you, it makes you feel like you're going a little bit crazy, but it's left now, and so you've probably become more aware of yourself. Some of you probably got into astrology, those kind of things. Okay, so the next sign we are going into is good old Gemini. Gemini, it's all been about money this year. Money, money, money. And I'm seeing lots of Geminis earning a lot more. All right, so Gemini, it's all been about money for you so far. A lot of you would have increased your income and continue to this year. So money's looking good for you. Um, you've got some interesting aspects with your friends. You might have some challenges with your friends for the next couple of years. So you might have some older friends come into your life to teach you some karmic lessons about yourself. And remember, Saturn's a teaching planet. It's actually considered lessons that you could learn, and these are karma for you. So I want you to learn from that in your groups of friends, Gemini. Um, and good old. Yep. So, Gemini, with Uranus now gone into your first house, as I speak now, it'll already be in your first house, and it's all about your identity and for the next 7 years. So, some of you might get into astrology over the next 7 years, whatever. You might want more freedom. And you might even feel you're going a little bit crazy, some of you, but Gemini can handle it pretty well. Um, Planet Uranus seems to go well in their sign, like Mercury. So I want you to maybe it could translate as technology and all kinds of things coming into your life. So yeah, electricity, Uranus is connected with, for example. And so just embrace it. It could be, some, different modes of travel because, Gemini is like a traveling sign as well, So that's it for you, Gemini, and Happy New Year for this year. So, Cancer. Hello, Cancer. And if you remember last year, 2025, I said that you were the lucky ones. So, yes, you are. So, this continues into this year, but particularly for the late born Cancers. So, um, Cancers, I want you to focus on, guess what? You. It's all about you. So, the opportunities will come to you. Just be yourself, right? The late born cancers, like I said, like July now in particular, but cancers in general, right? So Jupiter is exalted in your sign, so it's right there now giving you these blessings. And as I speak, I'm making this in March, of course, for the rest of the year, 2026. And how could it translate as anything? Opportunities, travel. Um, I've already spoken about this last year, and it continues to this. So two trips abroad, it would translate as a minimum. Um, yeah, I mean, higher education, all of those things come to you, and jobs in general, career, and expansion. It's Jupiter's planet of beliefs, and so some of you, I can't always. I will point out, some of you might put on some weight this year. You might already have put on some weight. Don't worry about it. In astrology, that's considered a good thing. Um, it's like prosperity, that kind of thing. But I mean, you can control that. But it is a sign of, it's a jovial year. It's a happy, good times year. However, I want you to oh, concentrate more on from the second half of the year after you're around your birthdays for most Cancer. I want you to be more focused on. Well, I mean, it's not that you have to be more focused on money, but money will come to you. Money will be coming to you, and um, the fruits of what you planted up until June since last year, you'll see a rise in your income. So money will expand in a big way um, for the remaining 12 months after June, July for your birthday. So money will be coming to you, and your family life in general should improve, your possessions and whatnot, right? And then what else can we see coming up for you? Career. There will be changes not changes so much in your career. So we're looking at, how can I put this to you? More responsibilities in your career. And when this happens, I always say to people, it's probably better to move towards those responsibilities for the next 2.5 years in your career and your reputation. If you're not working, move towards them, and you'll benefit from that, from these planets which are gathered up. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to point out with you is good old Uranus. Now it looks like Uranus has gone into foreign people, foreign places. So there might be some changes in foreign people, foreign places for the next 7 years, Cancer. So what does that mean? It means that you might want more freedom with, and also anything to do with isolated places, that kind of thing. So there could be some changes in that respect. Long distance matters, working in solitude, that kind of thing. That will be for the next 7 years. So you're going to see that change. And your friendships over the last 7 years have probably been affected by this, moving up and down, lots of changes. But that'll end now. It won't be so bumpy with the changes in your friendships in general. Okay. Um, so that's what we got for you, Cancer. So you have been lucky. So good luck for continued luck into 2026. Okay. Right, Leo. Good old Leos. Wow, have we got a year ahead for you. So, in a way, Leo, this is your year. It really is. But I'm giving you this horoscope now in March and for the rest of the year. So, Leos, you're not going to shine. Um, you're not going to shine so brightly until. I mean, it is your year this year, right? Okay, along with Cancer, right? But your light's not really going to shine brightest until around about your birthday, right? So it's more around June, July, and then your birthday. You know, some of you are born in July, of course, and then for the next 12 months, you're going to be the star of the cosmos. You know, and Leo's all about shining brightly, and so this would really suit their energy, and they can really express themselves really well. And Leos, when luck is on your side and you're the cosmic favorite, what will happen is 2 trips abroad minimum um, for the following 12 months, and expansion opportunities will come to you. Um, could you even change your job? Well, I'm not going to focus on that so much. It's some people ask me that, but opportunities will be there anyway, so you could take them. And and that's more or less it. Okay, so watch out for putting on weight as well. Be careful of that. And I would say that's basically it. Because, but up until June, I haven't really mentioned what will happen for you. A little bit interesting with foreign people, foreign places up until then for you. Okay, Leos. Your ninth house again is focused on foreign people, foreign places for the next 2.5 years because of Saturn. Saturn has changed signs as I speak. For the next, um, how can I put? It's moved out of your finances, which is good, and it's moved into more of a focus on long distance travel, higher education. That'll give you more responsibilities and it'll very interesting energies. You know, any planets we've got in these houses will put more emphasis on it. You know, so there could be more travel for you over the next long distance travel, or some of you it could be higher education, that kind of thing. More responsibilities in those areas too, over the next 2.5 years. Um, Legal matters. Some of you have some responsibilities in those areas too. If you might work in those fields, that might be a good thing. And also, let's look at Uranus. So, planet Uranus has changed signs, and for the next 7 years, and that is going to be for you. Oops, for you, that's going to be in your house of friends. Uranus in your house of friends. How interesting is that? So, um, there could be lots of ups and downs in your friendships over the next 7 years. Give yourself more freedom in those areas with your friendships, okay? Um, Friends could change in your life, for example, and there could be some more technology changes in your life and technologies because 11th house is about technology and you've got Uranus there, which is also about technology. That'll be interesting how that manifests in your life too. Um, but it's the house of luck. It's a very lucky house, the 11th house. So having Uranus there could bring some windfalls to you. So let's see what happens over the next 7 years for you, Leo, and good luck with 2026. All right. So We're moving on to Virgos. Hello, Virgo, for 2026. Good luck for 2026. And for you, Virgo, we've had a big emphasis this year, and we continue to have an emphasis for you on your networking, your friends. Okay, all of this has been good for you, and I wanted you to focus on your friends, and that's what I talked about at the horoscope last year for 2025, now 2026. However, 2026 is still the same, so all about your friendships. I want you to focus on that, and then after about June, July, around about that period, for the rest of the year, in fact, the next 12 months after that, um, it's going to be foreign people, foreign places, working in isolation, those kind of things. Those will all be good avenues for you, right? Um, what else can we see? Um, there might be some of you have more responsibilities in your finances, um, for the next couple of years, right? Next 2.5 years, more responsibility, emphasis more in your finances. Um, what else can we see? And Uranus has changed for you as well. So Uranus has lit up your career house. So for the next 7 years, Uranus, as I speak, has moved into your sector of career and reputation. So you might have a more online presence. You might even more like anything to do with technology, maybe that kind of thing. But you might have more freedom in your career. For some of you, you might be working freelance, online, and the kind of thing, that's how it might manifest for you over the next 7 years. But give yourself that freedom, because Uranus is all about freedom in your career. Okay, so um, some of you might rebel against the 9 to 5, and like I said, that's why I mentioned freelance. Could manifest like that. Okay, there's many ways it could manifest. Okay, so we're on to good old Libra. Libra, what is happening for you? All right. So Libra, for you, it's all been about your career. And the Libras I've known has been chugging along, doing really well in their career. And that'll continue. Or your reputation if you're not working. So um, that'll be um, continue up until around June, July. And then the emphasis will all be on your friendships. So networking, friendships, that kind of things will really be prosperous for you. And um, this is kind of a natural domain for Libras. They're the sociable sign, so this is very welcomed energy and pretty effortless for them. Okay, so to get the blessings come to them. So and that'll continue for 12 months following June, July. That's what I want you to focus on, particularly well. Okay. Um, what else can we see? Okay, so in your committed relationships, some of you might get married. Some of you might get new jobs, because committed relationships, like signing contracts, that kind of things, you'll have more responsibilities in committed relationships, like where you sign documents in a courthouse, that kind of thing. So for some of you, it will be like a new job contract over the next 2.5 years. Yeah. Some of you, it could be marriage, because that's where you sign documents too, right? So, but it's those kind of responsibilities. If you have responsibilities in those areas, move towards them. Generally, is a good advice. I always preach to people, use your intuition. So But just be mindful of the planets and whatnot, and as you go forward. Um, Uranus has changed signs, okay? It's going to change signs for the next 7 years, and as I speak, it's already changed signs. Where does that affect you? Foreign people, foreign places. Okay, no, sorry. Yeah, it is foreign people, foreign places, but it's also like your belief systems, higher education, legal matters. These will be potentially up and down for the next 7 years, yeah, what I just mentioned. So some of you might be traveling whenever you've got planets in that sector of your chart. It's like some of you will be traveling more over the next 7 years, okay? Some of you might be in higher education, teaching, um, more connected with foreign people, foreign places, that kind of thing. And, it's technology too. Uranus rules technology and freedom, astrology. So all of those things will affect you over that period, okay? You might be learning astrology more, that kind of thing, okay? Right, so let's move on to the next sign, Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, what has been going on for you? Scorpios, it's all been about, it's continuing from last year. We did the horoscopes last year. I wanted you to focus on foreign people, foreign places, long distance travel, higher education, legal matters, all prosperous for you. They continue to be for you, and I wanted you to focus on them, your beliefs and whatnot. This will continue, but around about June, your career reputation lights up like a Christmas tree, and it will for the next 12 months, which is really good. From to yeah, from about the summer, so June, July, that kind of thing, right? For 12 months then. Um, and also you, um, let's say this to you. Yeah, so it's interesting because after June, your career is particularly focused on. But the other planet I wanted to talk about was Saturn, where you're going to see more challenges. That also is so it's all work, work, work for you because the next 2.5 years, Saturn will be in your house of work. So work, day-to-day habits, that kind of thing. Um, will have more responsibility, more focus, more discipline. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing. You want more responsibility in your work life, great. So, and we got good old Uranus. Uranus is going into for the next 7 years, starting now, into your house of intimacy. So, this will be interesting what happens to you. You might have some ups and downs with money, more freedom with your money life, particularly your credit, that kind of thing. Um, and give yourself flexibility in those areas the next 2.5 years, right? Sorry, 7 years. And uh, let's see. And also give yourself more variety in your intimate relationships, like your sex life, basically, because Uranus is all about freedom and novelty. So if you want to keep those fires burning, that's kind of good advice for you for the next 7 years. But some of you will feel it more than others because you're early born Scorpios and late born Scorpios. That's basically how it works, right? Okay. So let's move on to the next one, which is Sagittarius. Sagittarius, right? So Sagittarius, I don't know if I'm going to run out of time now, going to the next video, but I'm going to still, I'm still babbling on here. Um, So Sagittarius, yeah, I was worried I was going to run out of videos because some of them I chop off at a certain point. Okay, so Sagittarius, you've had a lot of emphasis from last year. Money has been good for you for money. Money from, you might have inherited money, that kind of thing. Some of you, insurance, that kind of thing. It's all been good for you. And that'll continue. Um, Also, your intimate love life, that kind of thing. Intimate, like it's probably been healthy too in that respect. More, not so much the romance, but, like that kind of intimate relationships. So that'll continue. And then after June, July, for the next 12 months, there'll be about um, lots of travel will come up for you, and that's a dream for, and very, very lucky in travel for the next, after June, July, for 12 months. And that's perfect because Jupiter going into that part of your chart. Jupiter is your ruling planet, Sagittarius, so your beliefs in long distance travel, higher education, very, very prosperous avenues for you for the 12 months following the June, July um, of this year, right? So I'd encourage you to do that. Um, um, Legal matters too, also very good for you. Beliefs, higher knowledge. Um, yeah, post-grad education, anything like that. Okay, right. What else is lit up for you? We got some challenges, haven't we? Some challenges in love, romance. I mean, um, love, romance, children may have some more responsibilities in those areas. Some of you might date someone older than you, um, someone a bit more mature for the next 2.5 years in your love life, for example. And some of you might have more responsibilities, with your education. Sorry, those kinds of things. Um, Uranus has changed signs for you. No, Uranus has gone into your committed relationships house. So you might have some shocks or surprises. Um, Positive of this is you're going to have more freedom in your committed relationships. If you want to keep them going, especially, give yourself novelty and freedom in your committed relationships, including your work. You could be like doing freelance work, for example. Those kind of things will keep them active. And this will carry on for the next 7 years, actually. So you might see ups and downs in your committed relationships. Some of you might decide, I'm going to state the obvious, that you might move on from that relationship that you're committed to, or you might suddenly someone come into your life and be suddenly you decide to commit to that person, yeah, okay, or work. All right, so we are moving on. Capricorn. Capricorn, happy 2026. You've been particularly doing well in your um, committed relationships. That'll continue up until the summer. Um, what kind of committed relationships? It could be like marriage. You could have been, you've been since last year the favorite for marriage. I'll continue up until um, summer. and also as kind of committed work contracts. Very, very prosperous for you. And then after the summer, which is June, July, for the following 12 months, money will improve for you. Money, 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 okay? And for some of you, it'll be the sex life too. More intimate, okay? What else is going on? Challenges. Challenges, challenges, challenges. There may be some challenges in your home life for the next couple of years. More responsibility, stuff like that. Home and family. Again, when you get more responsibilities in those areas, moving towards them is probably a good thing, not to shy away from them, okay? It'd be real estate, those kind of things. Some of you might be working on projects in real estate, that kind of thing. Good. Uranus, 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 Uranus. Going into your work sector, so your health could go up and down. It's not meant to be always health reading. That's not what we do. Sorry, but I'm not advising you on that. But it's just astrology, is just entertainment, classed as so. But so there might be some changes in that sector of your life and your work life mostly. There'll be a lot of changes in your day-to-day work life. You might want to do some freelance work, stuff like that as well. And that's over the whole next 7 years, okay? Give yourself more freedom in those areas of work, okay? And maybe even in your daily habits, like going to the gym, right? Okay. Okay, the next sign is Aquarius. Aquarius, up until now, which is a carrying on from last year, work has been good for Aquarius, yeah? So lots of more opportunities for work than usual for Aquarius in general, okay? So that'll continue. And after June, July, you're the favorite to get married for the next 12 months, after June, July of 2026, okay? So for the following 12 months, there'll be opportunities coming to you, Aquarius, for marriage. So, and also committed work contracts, okay? So look out for that, Aquarius, for 2026. And where's your challenges coming? Challenges are coming with communications in your neighbors, more responsibilities. Now, Aquarians, they love their neighbors. They're all about, the responsibilities or challenges coming in those areas are coming anyway for the next couple of years, 2.5 years, you could say, right? So watch out for that too. And Uranus. Uranus will bring up and down, and you can handle Uranus because you're ruled by Uranus. So will be coming to your love life, romance life, and that's probably suits you what you want your romance life to be novel and up and down, right? Okay, and just keep it interesting. Over the next 7 years, that'll be so. Keep your romance life, creative self-expression, children. Keep variety in that section of your life, okay, to keep it healthy, okay, because it's going to happen anyway. So you might even want to get more into astrology because be connected to your hobbies and or technology, that kind of thing. So that's more or less it for you, Aquarius. Let's move on. And Pisces. Okay, Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. Last but not least, okay, so Pisces, it's all about love and romance for you, carrying on from last year into this year, up until the summer, okay? So creative self-expression as well, not just love and romance up until the summer of June, July, and they're very and it could be, more to do with children and education too for you, okay? All of those are prosperous for you. They come to you, okay? And having fun in general, okay? So continue. That will continue anyway, okay? Um, however, um, challenges are going to be somewhere in everyone's life. So for you, um, it's going to be like more discipline, okay, and more focus on your income and your possessions. Yeah, there's going to be more responsibility for your possessions and your income for the next couple of years. So you're going to focus on that. Okay. Um, be just be mindful of that. Okay, it's going to be more um, yeah, responsibilities on your money life. Okay. So Uranus has changed signs for the next 7 years, and where's it gone for you? Well, it's going to be in your home and family. Going to be lots of changes in your home and family over the next 7 years. Um, expect some ups and downs in those areas, some freedom, and the key, I would imagine, would be to keep it new and novel and original. Okay, keep your home and family life new, novel, and original. Some of you might be having new children in your family, for example, or whatever. You want more freedom in those areas, yeah? Um, that part of your life, okay? Um, oh, I forgot to mention, okay, so what happens after June and July for you as well? Um, work will improve and health because you've had Saturn move out of, as I speak to you now, Saturn's moved out of your sign, which is affecting your health anyway. But after June, which will lift the pressure, but after, sorry, June, July, health will improve, and work life, work life for the next 12 months, both of them, right? So going to the gym as well, those kinds of things. Um, your daily habits. So the work opportunities will be coming for you for after June, July for the following 12 months. So that's pretty good news for you. And so that's basically it for all 12 signs. And so as I speak now, it's the 9th of March. So Jupiter goes direct on the, depending on where you are, on the 10th or 11th of March, okay? So Jupiter, you'll feel more optimistic, all of us, after around that time. Jupiter goes forward because it's been going backwards since around November. And so that's pretty good for us. And as I speak to you, the North Node is still in Pisces, and the South Node is in Virgo. So yeah, so I think a lot of the world would benefit more from basically, when the North Node is in Pisces, it's all about healing, right? It's all about spirituality, that kind of thing. So the world benefits much more from that. I mean, that's the takeaway, okay? Until the nodes change sign later, okay? But right now, as I'm making this, they're in Pisces. So, and we need to be less critical of each other, basically, okay? So that's all I got. And, okay, thanks for watching.